Hi everyone, in this mini course you will learn what are AI agents, why and how to use them, and how to build one totally from scratch without using any services, any plugins, any libraries, anything from scratch with a simple example that anyone can understand and build. Then we will build a real world AI agent that I'm sure will shock you and change the way you think about AI and its capabilities. Something really super interesting. If you are ready, let's get started. So, what is an AI agent? To make things simple, super simple, let's go with this example. Here I am in ChatGPT, and if I ask it this question, please focus on this. My website is Hasan.com. What is the website's response time? Do you think ChatGPT can answer this question? Let's see. I can directly access real-time data or browse the internet. So, one of the main limitations of ChatGPT or language models in general that they don't have access to real-time data. They don't have access to external functionalities and data other than what they were trained on. So this is one of the main limitations of language models. Now, when you build an AI agent, what you are going to do is to make this language model capable of accessing real-time data. It will have external functionalities. It can call functions. It can call APIs. It can mimic humans' behavior. Not only that, AI agents can take actions based on thoughts. So it will understand your request. It will take action based on that. So it mimics how humans work. So that's AI agent in short. It can think, take action, and use external functionalities and access real-time data. And all this, very important, all this will be automated. It's an autonomous AI agent. I hope you got the idea. So that's AI agent. Now the second question, why you should build AI agents and what's the main benefit? In simple words, just imagine you are hiring a virtual assistant that can help you in almost any task, whether in programming, in digital marketing, in creating content, in replying to emails, in customer support, in almost anything. You have a virtual AI assistant that can think and take actions based on your own use cases. This is really a game changer. It helps you save countless hours and be way more productive. And talking about productivity, one of the best places for mastering this skill is Skillshare. They have an entire section dedicated to productivity featuring some of the top teachers like Ali Abdal and Thomas Frank and many others. This year, I'm planning to dive into Ali Abdal's learning path on productivity. My goal is to understand all the tips and tricks and combine them with AI to be more productive. Imagine transforming a productivity tip into an AI agent that automates tasks and save you countless hours. For example, one method I learned is the GTD method. This approach is about organizing tasks into actionable items and categorizing them so that you can focus on what needs immediate attention without getting overwhelmed. To elevate this method, I'm trying to integrate AI with GTD to help me sort my tasks automatically based on deadlines, importance, personal productivity, and other factors. Not only that, on Skillshare you will find my full course on building AI agents from scratch. This course will guide you step by step on understanding what are AI agents and how to build them totally from scratch. I'll be also there on Skillshare if you have any questions related to my courses. Skillshare is one of the largest online learning communities out there, with thousands of classes covering almost everything from design, illustration, to marketing, business, freelancing, and even programming and development. There is something for everyone. And what's unique and special about Skillshare is the learning path section. There are over 100 paths, each containing a set of classes organized in a step-by-step order to help you master a specific skill from scratch. Not only that, I partnered with Skillshare, so the first 500 people to use my link in the description below will get 1 month free access. Go now, get started, learn skills from all over the world and shape your future. Thank you Skillshare for this offer, and thank you for supporting my ad-free videos and supporting my channel. Okay, let's now get into the real work and see how we can build AI agents from scratch. I will start with a very simple example, then we move into an advanced real-world AI agent. So, the first example is an agent that can answer questions like this. What is the response time? So, here is a new empty Python project. So, I will start with a simple main script. I will create a file for actions and a file for prompts. So, the AI agent mainly is a combination between external functions and a special prompt. So in the actions, I will define a simple action. This is like a tool that the AI can use. This is a very basic function that you give it a URL, and based on the URL, it will return a specific response time. Again, this is very basic to understand the concept. In the next example, we will go with a real world AI agent and see the magical power of AI agents. Please follow up now to understand the concept first. So we defined an action for this AI agent. Then in the prompt section, we will define the AI agent system prompt. And this system prompt is the main and the core of the AI agent. This is what makes the agent mimics humans' behavior. So please focus very well on this part. If you get it, you can build any agent you want. So let's paste the prompt, and here we are. Please focus for 30 seconds. You run in a loop of thought, action, pause, and action response. So we are telling the language model here that you will enter a loop of thought and action response. Look at this. Use thought to understand the question you have been asked. So the thought to understand the user's question. The action to run one of the actions available to you. And the action response will be the result of running those actions. And then you tell the model what actions are available, what tools the agent will have. So in our case, in this basic example, we have this function, get response time, that we defined here, this action. So now the language model can call this function or have the capability of calling this function. I will show an example, the function with the parameter name, and it will return the response time. So this is the description of the action. And then, and this is very important, I will give the AI an example session, how it will work. So for example, if I ask it, what is the response time for my website? First, it will generate a thought, it will think about it. I should check the response time for the web page first. This is how you think. If I ask you now, what is the response time of my website? First, you will go and use a tool to check the response time. This is what the AI agent now is doing. It thought about it, and now it will pick an action. So it picks an action and return it in JSON format, in this structured format. Why? You'll see in a little bit, but in short, this JSON will be returned in our code so we can call the function easily. We can access JSON easily. Then it will be called again with the action response. It got the response from the action. Now it can use it to generate the final answer. The response time for Learn with Hasan is, for example, 0.5 seconds. So in short, the agent here, what I'm telling the agent is to think about the question and to pick a tool that can help in answering the question. It will call the function, return the result, combine it with the question to generate the full answer. I hope you got the idea. It's somehow simple, and now you can play with this prompt based on your case scenario. So this is the system prompt that we will use in our model, And this is what we call the react prompt, where the model can think and react based on that thought and take actions based on that thought. Anyway, this is somehow related to prompt engineering. If you are following my other videos, maybe you passed by this topic. So this is the system prompt that we are going to use with our model. Perfect. So now we have the actions, we have the prompt that will power our agent. We are ready to put things together and create our simple agent. Okay, so let's open a new terminal and get started. Create a new virtual environment. Let's activate. Perfect. Now, since we are building an AI agent, we need to power it with AI. So I'll be using OpenAI API. Pip install OpenAI. I will keep all the code in just one script to make things simple for you, and I will write the code in a very basic way for beginners. And don't forget, if you have any problem, don't forget to join us on the forum on my website. I'll be there almost every day with the team, with thousands of people to engage and learn together. So we installed OpenAI. Let's create a new environmental file to save the OpenAI API key. Save it, go back here, and simply now import OpenAI and load the environmental variables. Just create an OpenAI client with the API key. And I created this simple function that generates text based on messages. Simply I'm calling the API, OpenAI, and return back the response. Very basic, simple function. And here you can pass the model. So now we have the function that calls OpenAI. We will use it to build the agent. First, we define the available functions for this AI agent, so it can pick one from. So simply create a list that contains the functions available. Remember that we may have multiple functions, but since we are creating something basic here, I'll keep it simple with one action. And since this action is in the other module actions, we will going to import it here from actions, import get response time. Perfect. Now we have a list of actions. Let's define the prompt. What you are going to ask this agent. So prompt, or let's say user prompt, and let's say what is the response time of google.com, for example. Now I'll define the messages, the list of messages that will be passed to the AI model, to the OpenAI API. You can see here we have messages. That is a parameter. So I'm going to define it, and the system prompt will be our React system prompt. So again, let's go here and import it from prompts, import system prompt, and simply pass it here. And for the user, just pass the user prompt. Perfect. The following code is almost the same in any agent. We'll create a loop that allows the model to think and take action and then respond. Why we are in a loop? Remember, because we are telling the model that you will run inside a loop. So we will translate this loop into a Python loop here for the agent to work properly. So I'll paste the code. Let's explain it. So I'll define turn count and max turns. How many times you want the agent to think and repeat this process before answers. I print the loop number or turn count. Then I will generate response using the messages parameter. You see here the messages. And then we will have the response from the AI model. Then, remember, I told you here I defined the functions in JSON format. Why? So the model or the code can extract JSON and then can know the function name and the function parameters. So when we extract the JSON, we are going to extract the function name. Look at this, the prompt, we have the function name and the function parameters. So now we can easily, using JSON, extract these from the JSON, and then the model will run the action. You see the printing running to simulate the process. You will see now in action how this will happen. Then we will get the result. Then we will append the result to the messages and then loop again. So in the second loop, we will have the response with the conversation so the model can answer the question. It have now the response. It have now the function output, the results. With the prompt, it can answer the question. It now have access to real data, but everything is automated. Now we have only one small tiny problem. This function extract JSON. To make things simple for you, I created this function that helps you extract JSON from any text. So I will create here, for example, JSON helpers and paste the code. Don't worry about the codes. Everything will be shared in detail in a full guide in the description. Just follow up and focus, understand the concept, then you can go and apply it yourself. So from JSON helpers, import extract JSON. So now the function is ready. And this is the code for our agent or autonomous AI agent. So again, we are defining a simple function that generates text with OpenAI. It's a very basic function. Then we define the available actions. Then we input our prompt, whatever you want here, and then the messages. And then we run inside a loop to mimic humans' behavior. So in the first step, you will think, what tool should I use? Then you call the tool, you get a result. Then in the second turn, you use the result to answer the question. This is how this works. Let's now try it and see if the AI agent is working perfectly. So let's run python main.py. Oops, we forgot to install .env module. So simply pip install it. Perfect. Let's run the script again and see the magic. And perfect. You can see now in loop 1, the agent thought about the prompt. I need to check the response time for google.com. It got the action and then it ran the action for Google. It got the result, and in loop 2, it combined the result with the prompt, with the user query, and answered the question. The response time for Google is 0.3 seconds. Perfect. Let's try, for example, for another website, for my website. Run the same. It thought about it, it got the response, and answered the question based on the action. So this is how you can build an AI agent from scratch. Now, one note that this prompt is not the perfect prompt. You can play with it, change with it based on the results. Learn more about React, learn more about prompt engineering. You can check my full free course in the description below and get started. Anyway, you can play with the prompt and see different outputs and how the results can change. So this is how the basic AI agent work. Let's now see a real world example. The SEO auditor AI agent. This is really super interesting. So this is the SEO auditor AI agent. It's almost the same code. We have the prompt, we have the actions, and we have the main AI agent code. So in the actions now, look at this. I gave the AI agent access to this API. If you open this API, it's simply a website SEO analyzer. You can get a report for any website with this API using a simple URL. So now the agent with this action have access to any website and can analyze it. This is the action and this is the prompt. It's almost identical to the last one, but now we have different action name and a little bit different example session. I should generate a full SEO report here instead of getting the response time in the last example. So it's now more powerful. It have a lot of data about any website. So in the main section here, in the main script, again, I'm doing the same. Available actions, user query, messages, and the loop. The same exact logic. But here in our case, I'm using Simple LLM to make things simple. It's an open source library I developed to make interactions with language models super easy. So when you define this, you can call the language model directly with generate response. Very simple. And you can even change here the providers for Gemini, Anthropic, and so on. So it's super easy and helps you interact with any language model in a few lines of code. And what's nice about SimpleLLM, it has built-in tools like the JSON helpers. It's built in to extract JSON. And you see in the actions, it allows you to call any rapid API with this simple class. Anyway, so just to make the code easier, I use SimpleLLM here. If you go here now and ask the AI agent, what is the response time? Let's see. I will run this. Let's activate the virtual environment and let's run the main script. Perfect. So the thought, to find the response time, I need to generate a full SEO report first. So it generates the full report. You can see here the full report. And then it answers the response time of Learn with Hasan is 0.08. Now this is a real value here. Again, I will clear and make things more interesting. For example, I will say, suggest some optimization tips for learnwithhasan.com. A generic question. It's like you have an AI expert in your company and you ask it any question about any website. So let's run the script again and see now this. Generate SEO report and then perfect. Here are some optimization tips for web page learnwithhasan.com. Improve image SEO, content, link optimization, meta description, keywords. So based on the SEO report, it generates optimization tips. It's really like magic. So here, an AI agent that can analyze any website and you can ask any question about any website. Let's say here again, another question, how many images are there on, let's pick another website, freeaikit.com. Let's go here and run again. We have 5 images. Any question about any website. Really like magic. And if you want to learn more about AI agents and see more examples, you can check out my full video library on my website. And the last tip, this can be the back end of an AI chatbot on your website that your visitors can interact with. And if you'd like to learn more about building an AI chatbot on WordPress, also from scratch and for free, you can check out this video on my channel. If you learned something new today, smash the like button and see you in the upcoming videos.